So today we're talking about plant domestication and some other kinds. So being a cognitive scientist, I'm going to talk about domestication of humans and animals. So I'm going to start off with a question for audience. Please respond. Which animals do you typically think of as being domesticated?
Dogs. Cats.
Did somebody say dolphins?
Yeah.
Hey.
Goldfish. Oh, okay.
That's a worse answer. You should have just stuck with dolphins.
You should have stuck with dolphins.
So dogs are a great example of domesticated animals, right? So we know about breeding. All the animals, all the dogs that get bred for different features. And the way that basically happens, right, is that you get a breeder who likes a certain trait of a dog, and they find another dog, they mate it with it, so you get other traits that they like, and so on and so forth. They keep breeding these dogs to get the traits that they want. But we all know that dogs came from wolves. How long ago do you think dogs split from wolves and started to become domesticated?
15,000 years ago.
Okay, do we have a breeder in the audience?
That was incredible.
That was so spot on and so fast.
That was
Very,
right.
very good.
Didn't see that coming. All these bits I had about wrong answers.
So yes, so 15,000 years ago, breeding only happened for about 1,000 years ago. And so to explain how this worked and what happened, I'm going to do a little test. So the way this is going to work is that Alex, we're going to do a little test for you.
Please tell me it's something clean I have to do in that bucket.
So you're going to find this treat
Okay.
in one of these buckets. Dylan
Okay.
is going to hide it in one of
Okay.
these buckets. Okay? So before you do that, Dylan, Alex, I'm going to give Dylan some instructions.
All right.
And you're just going to close your eyes and cover your ears so you
Okay.
can't hum to yourself, whatever you want.
It's cool.
Okay, so
Wait.
wait, Dylan.
Okay, so now.
Okay, so the only thing you're
Yeah, I
going
bet he can't hear you.
so you're
I'm
not.
gonna fucking we rehearsed this. I'm like, yeah, that's dumb.
I'm gonna,
I didn't say it then. I just thought it.
so I want you to pick one of those buckets to hide that in. Okay, so go ahead and do that now. No. So, you know which one you hit it in? Alright, so all I want you to do is basically, once I tell Alex to uncover, you're going to stare at which bucket that is, okay? Alright,
That's it.
that's all you're going to do.
Alright, cool.
Alright,
Wait, what is he gonna do?
he's going to try to find the tree.
Oh, okay.
Alright, Alex, there are two buckets in front of you.
See that?
Find the tree.
Okay. This feels like a trick. I've been trained too well by this show to ever trust Dylan. He really wants him to do it though. What do you guys think? Should I listen to Dylan?
Yeah.
All right, we go with Blue's Clues on this.
Applause. Good job. So obviously he got this, right? It's because this is actually a test that scientists give to domesticated animals to see if they're actually domesticated. So, for example, dogs can do this. Wolves cannot do this.
Wait, what do wolves do?
Wolves, they randomly choose a bucket to go to.
Yes, there's no.
Like a bunch of alphas.
A bunch of alphas, nice.
So this seems unremarkable on its face, but let me break it down why this is a remarkable ability to do this. So if you're an animal and you want to be able to do this, you need to be able to do a few things. One, you can't be scared shitless of the human that's right there. And two, you have to be able to know that the human's gaze is important and that you can follow it. And so what ended up happening about 15,000 years ago was that you had wolves that were not as scared of humans and that would approach their settlements and eat their trash. And over generations,
The foundation of a strong relationship. I will eat your garbage.
It's how I've made most of my friends.
So after generations and generations, these wolves split from wolves and became dogs. And basically they replaced their response to humans with fear with basically friendliness. So researchers basically synonymized domestication with more friendly behaviors. And the crazy thing about this is that they've done experiments, breeding experiments with foxes and other animals, only choosing for this feature of friendliness. And that they find that these animals develop a whole bunch of other features and traits that researchers refer to as domestication syndrome. So,
It sounds so nefarious.
Yeah.
That's all.
That dog looks very sad to me. Does that dog look sad to anybody else?
No, that's definitely a you thing.
Yeah, I think you're just projecting.
So, as you can see, right, so these dogs compared to, on the left is a wolf and a dog skull. You can see a number of things, right? The dog skull is smaller, it's rounder, they have smaller teeth, they have less teeth. And on the right, you can see an image that their fur has completely changed. If you know, breeds have tons of different hair colors. Wolves don't have that, they only have a few. Their tails are straight, whereas dogs' tails are curved. And there's brain and behavior changes, right? The underpinning of being able to know that a human's gaze is important, that is one of the brain and behavior changes that have happened. So the other kind of domestication that I want to talk about is...
It's just so close to phrenology. And you're literally talking about skull shape right now. But I mean, maybe that's just a me thing. It's like no one else? Okay.
They found this domestication syndrome in other animals that you wouldn't normally think of as being directly bred by humans. And it's through a process called self-domestication, where it's basically animals in this species are choosing other mates that are basically friendlier. And over generations, they become more friendly through self-domestication, right? So audience, again, which animals do you think have been self-domesticated?
Cats.
Dolphins. Human.
Wait,
Tigers.
tigers? That is so wrong. Tigers is like the most wrong.
Yeah.
But
Well, if I was to ask you on a scale of friendly to like real mean tigers were, where would you put them?
it's just like whatever the furthest towards mean is. But wait, someone said humans. Shit, that's
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, so humans are considered to be self-domesticated. And to show you, to explain how this came about and what this means, we're going to play a game called Never Have I Ever Been Self-Domesticated. So everyone knows how this game works, right? You're going to put up 5 fingers, and I'm going to read some statements. And if you agree with them, you agree with one, you're going to put your finger down, right? And such that if you put all your fingers down, you are self-domesticated. I'll explain afterwards why I'm listing these specific traits, but we'll do a practice one right now. Okay, so the first one is...
So wait, so we put it down if we agree.
If you agree. So I have a reduced sense of smell. So if you agree with this, actually, sorry, there's an instruction missing. Okay, the way that I want you to think about this is in relation to other people that you know, your other friends, your peer group, okay? Just do that for now, I'll explain afterwards why.
Just listen to the scientists.
Okay,
So I'm putting my finger down if I have a shittier sense of smell than my friends.
Yes.
Which certainly I have terrible hygiene. My nose doesn't work by that definition. So.
Okay, so if you don't have a great sense of smell compared to your peer group, put your fingers down. Alright, great. So Dylan, 1 point towards being self-domesticated.
This is gonna fuck up my Sigma grad set.
Alright, next. I am less emotionally expressive.
No, I'm extremely emotionally expressive. I have been crying all week about nothing.
I am less. No, I think that's a, yeah.
I am less emotionally reactive.
Nah, fiery temper.
No, I keep it. I'm good.
I have juvenile behavior.
I'd like to say no, but it is. No one, like if I didn't put a finger down, someone would throw something at me.
I am docile.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get domesticated. Like, what the fuck?
So if you keep your fingers up, if you still have your fingers up, I'm gonna because the way that you would actually answer this question if you were truly self-domesticated is you compare humans against our wild.
Wait, what kind of fingers did we get? How many did we get? We got like three.
I got 3.
And you got 4. Okay.
We got a
5. What the heck? You come out of the woods to get here?
I think that was my
4. 3. All right, so I'm actually very domestic relative to this audience.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's good. I like
I'm
it.
straight down the middle. I'm in good company here.
Oh my God.
So the way that you would actually tell if you're self-domesticated and did a research study on this is you would compare humans to Neanderthals. And since we don't have Neanderthals like brain and behavior, we can't compare those traits. But I'm going to put up a skull of a Neanderthal and compare it to humans. So with your fingers still up, we're going to do the last couple ones. And I'm just going to and if you agree with me, put a finger down, okay? Do you agree that humans have smaller skulls? Do you agree that they have rounder skulls? Do they have smaller teeth? Do they have smaller brow ridges?
I have a Neanderthal.
Remember that phrenology joke I made earlier? Wow, it's
Yeah,
feeling
we're right on
relevant.
it. Wait, Dylan, I've been waiting for a long time to ask you about this. Can you
My
look at
skull
this?
shape?
Well, yes, actually, because you've got a criminal skull shape. Can you look at the back of the Neanderthal skull for me?
Oh, the bun.
The bun? I've known a bunch of dudes with those.
So I expect that everyone pretty much has their fingers down. So you can all consider yourself to be self-domesticated. So I know, Dylan, you've been cracking jokes about being self-domesticated, but it's it's not
Funny man.
It's not a bad thing, is what I want to say, because humans might owe everything to being self-domesticated. It might be the reason why we exist today. So the theory goes like this, is that humans and at least 5 other human species were around 200,000 years ago, right? So humans and not the other ones were friendlier and became domesticated, which allowed them and caused them to live in more dense populations, which ended up being into the tens and hundreds compared to Neanderthals, for example, which only were max a couple dozen. And what that allows is a passage of knowledge and technology that at a much more efficient rate than the other humans. And over time, that allowed humans to win out, basically. So what I want you all to take away from this is that you owe everything to self-domestication. Thank you.